All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show right here on Shaw TV. My name is Matt Carter. This is episode number 68. It's the Yarmur Jaeger edition of the show. Our musical guest right behind me there. Good-looking guy, look at that beard. His name's Mr. Myc Sharratt. He's actually a bigger Pavel Bure fan than a Yarmur Jaeger fan. But anyhow, he's a singer-songwriter from right here in Nanaimo, making a triumphant return to the show. Glad to have him back. He's actually got a new album on the go that includes some studio work overseas in Ireland. Matthew Hoffman's going to have an interview with him later on this hour. We'll have some more tunes from Myc as well. Also on today's show, well, while we're doing our best to be aesthetically pleasing, you know, this jersey, of course, being just one part of that, we're also going to do it in regards to something called refurbishing. Yes, Joni's going to feature Alexis Lockheart Jennings from Lockheart Collections. And usually when I'm associated with someone from Collections, it has to do with a bunch of parking tickets from about 12 years or so. They won't give those up. Anyhow, we'll also be welcoming a new host to the show today. It's Louis Beck. And if you see him later on in the show, it'll be Beck to the Future. Anyways. Oh, I like that joke. Anyways, I don't mean to biff over my words there, but he's going to introduce us to Tyler and Leo from Operation Generation. It's a mentorship program that pairs seniors with young folks to learn together. And I think in this case, they got a program, something to do about bicycles. Make sure you stick around to check that out. Now, despite the fight, there's more ice out there in Nanaimo than what our technician, Stas Bobkoff, usually has in his glass of vodka. We are tuning our attention more to some of the warmer months, and Brian's going to find out about some of the great recreational activities you can get up to here in Nanaimo as it gets warmer, including in spring break, because after all, your kids will turn into couch potatoes if they start out as tater tots. So anyways, I didn't really like that one. Anyway, so Brian's going to find out more with Damon Johnston from, he's the Nanaimo Recreation Coordinator, not to be confused with Derek Johnston, who is the star of Clocked right here on Shaw TV. Todd thinks he's the star, kind of weird. Anyways, so Brian's going to kick things off for us as well after our fancy little title graphics. So let's go for gold right here on the show on Shaw TV.
I'm here today with Floyd Blades, who is a program coordinator with Nanaimo Family Life. And Floyd, we're going to talk about some programs that you'd like to feature that Family Life is sponsoring.
Yes.
The first one, let's talk about emerging elders, and I know you were here before, and that deals with elders and elder abuse?
It's a public information program designed to get people talking about elder abuse and neglect. We go out to various organizations, public groups, we do presentations, and just plant the seeds for beginning the conversation around how we effectively address such a powerful issue.
Okay, and how do people get involved? Are they referred to the program?
Generally, what I've been doing in the last several months is doing a lot of outreach, making contact in the community, and having people just say, you know, we'd really like you to come in and talk to our people, and we've been doing some professional training as well. So we're working really diligently to get people talking about this stuff, more than anything else.
Okay, so we'll post, if we don't have it up right now, the phone number and email address for you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Another program that I know has been going on for quite some time is your Seniors Peer Counseling Program, and that deals with seniors who can't get out to you.
Exactly. The Senior Peer Counseling Program is an amazing program. It's been around for 27 years, and what they do is they actually go into the senior's home to provide not just counseling services, but actual community interaction. Sometimes they will escort people to various events that they want to attend. There is a counseling element to it, but it's more comprehensive. More than anything, the counselors become a very positive, supportive addition to that individual's life. They become friends, and relationships last sometimes, in many cases, for years.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It's an amazing program.
Another program that takes us a little away from the seniors age group is your new program that you're just getting underway with, and it's called Beyond Blame.
Beyond Blame. Yeah, actually Beyond Blame has been at Nanaimo Family Life for a number of years, but there's a transition going on, and my partner and I will be stepping into the role of facilitation for that program. It is an incredibly powerful and effective program for men who are at risk of using violence or recognize the potential for violence in their relationships with their significant partners. It works at the underlying belief that supports the violence and the thinking that goes along with making the the inappropriate behavior acceptable in that person's mind. Usually it comes from past experience. In many cases, the men who come through the program have experienced various forms of abuse in their own lives, and as an effective coping strategy, it is for them all they have. That doesn't condone the behavior, it doesn't excuse the presence of it in society, but we have to get people talking about this so we can start looking at the elements that are common in our society that lead people in this direction as the only response they feel they have.
And really, this looks at the solutions rather than removing people from the situations in which we've done before.
Exactly, which is absolutely powerful and absolutely valuable. But if we really, really want to remove violence from our society, we have to look at the perpetrators and help them find a different way of navigating. When we look at violence on the planet, 96% of violence is done by men, to women, to children, and to the planet, and the animals on the planet. That makes violence in a family setting a male issue. And if we don't start talking about this stuff, as far as I'm concerned, it is going to continue to be a problem, and it will inevitably get worse.
Now, the clients you work with are what ages then?
The youngest participants we've had have been in their late teens all the way up to their mid-70s, and it's proven
It's
effective.
not limited to any one age group.
Anyone who feels they are at risk of this, or if they just want to get a really comprehensive understanding of a better way to be in relationship as a guy, it's an equally valuable program.
Well, that's wonderful. So, people, you can contact the Nanaimo Family Life, and we're going to list on the screen the email for Floyd and the phone number for Nanaimo Family Life, and they can reach you at that number or email you.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming in, Floyd. It's been great having you in again to talk about the programs of this wonderful organization in Nanaimo, and it's one of our local agencies that help all ages in this community. So I'm going to turn it over to Joni, who's going to look at reclaiming furniture.
Well, I'm not actually the one that's reclaiming furniture. I'm here with Alexis, and she's going to be doing the reclaiming. This is Alexis Lockheart Jennings, and she's the guru of furniture. And we are going to spend a little bit of time today actually going from the beginning of the process right through to the end so that people can find out exactly how they can take furniture that is, well, let's take a look at what we have here.
I mean, you usually see these things on the side of the road, garage sales, and you think, well, what am I going to do with that? Well, we're going to make you look at pieces differently, take them and make them beautiful, and make them have a new life.
Which is great. There's lots of shows on the different channels talking about how you can take basically junk and you can refurbish it. And I think it's a really great idea because I personally don't like the fact that we're throwing out things all the time. And so rather than seeing it there and not having a vision for it, we can now take it, and you're going to give us some ideas about. So taking this situation, we've got an older style wood. What would you call this? So
this is just a pine little side table. I mean, but the thing is, it's not limited to any wood. I mean, the type of paint that I use by C.C. Caldwell is chalk and clay based.
Right.
So you don't need to sand or prime your furniture. That is the best step that we are skipping. It's the messiest step. It's the worst step.
Right.
So I can take a piece like this and I can go right over top of it.
Which is great for me because I usually make a huge mess with everything.
Nobody likes that sanding and priming step whatsoever. It's the worst step. And so, I mean, it's really dense paint. It's beautiful. It's thick. It's non-toxic. It has no smell to it whatsoever. So it's safe to use in the house, around my kids, and it's such an easy paint to use.
And one thing that I was really surprised about is that you can use it on different surfaces. Like you've got some
we have it on
here.
glass jars. I mean, it's again a really dense paint. The chalk and clay based. It bonds to metal. It bonds to glass. It bonds to anything. So that's why we don't have to sand or prime any of the pieces of furniture.
Which I love. I think that's great. Anything you can skip about painting.
Skip a good
I
step.
love that.
Yes.
And so we're going to be going through the process. Tell me a little bit about that. You've got different colors here.
We have there's 36 colors to choose from in this, but the thing is, it's not just limited to the colors. You can color mix. That's the fun thing. So you can basically take any color. Say if you don't want a purple color per se, maybe you want a lighter violet, so you can mix it in with a white to get that perfect type of light violet. Customize your color, make it yours. That is the very fun thing about it.
That's amazing. I had no idea that there were so many colors.
So many colors, yeah.
So your imagination can run wild, or you can match a room. You can actually go in and decide that you're going to actually color coordinate. That's great.
Yeah, like to your shirt, we had it color coordinated.
Yeah, that was all planned, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is just so that if I get anything on me, you won't notice it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll blend. But it washes out. It's completely easy and non-toxic. Even if you get it, I've got it in my hair, my pants, you throw it in the wash, water soluble completely, it comes right out.
It's an amazing product, and I've been really interested in finding out more about this anyway, so this is a great opportunity.
Totally.
And so we're going to, so we've gone over all the different products that we're going to be using, and then we're actually going to be starting this project, and then we're going to be finishing with another project. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all progresses from one step to another.
How easy it actually is to do.
Oh, and the brush.
You don't have, I mean, it depends on the brush. Like it really, I use tons of different brushes. You don't have to get a specialty brush if you don't want to. You can use your painting brushes, nylon, synthetic. You can use a natural brush. It's all personal preference. That just means it's really easy to use. You don't have to use a specific brush for this.
Great. Yeah. Well, we're going to get started with this, but meanwhile, we're going to be regaled with some song by Mike, and he's going to be singing about love. And I'm not sure what the name of the song is. Easy Love.
Easy
with
Love.
Myc Sharratt.
There are days when I belong to my broken heart, my aching bones. There are ways to make me feel young, all fired up and ignorant. Love that will come when love has been lost. Of days when I'm not well. If every scar's a story, I don't need to be told. The days where I belong. So light me up in revelry in the hopes that you might find me an easy love. Never mind our history, just lie here with me. So easy, love. Come on, love. Oh, oh, oh. Plays playing through my head. Thoughts my mom, thoughts of my dad. True love that will last long past death. Days where I belong. Days where I belong. So light me up in revelry in the hopes that you might find me an easy love. Never mind our history, just lie here with me. So easy love. Come on, love.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful music, Mike. Awesome. Well, Tyler and Leo, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot, Louis.
Thanks for coming. So, Tyler, you're the coordinator of Operation Generation.
That's correct, yeah.
What's it about?
Well, it's Operation Generation is a youth and seniors bike club. So we have the youth learning from seniors and seniors learning from youth, and all working together to repair bikes and fix bikes. It's happening at John Bursby Community School. It happens on Tuesdays from about 10 o'clock in the morning till about 1:30 in the afternoon. We've got a solid crew of youth that are there that come out every single week, and we've got some really wonderful volunteers who support the program, one of which is a Leo. Being the coordinator of the club has been really great. It's been really fun working with the huge amount of volunteers that have come through the club.
Awesome. Well, Leo, you've been a volunteer. How long have you been a volunteer with Operation Generation?
Just for the last couple of months when the program started again this year. This is the second time running.
What inspired you to get on board with Operation Generation? Tell me.
Well, I've been involved in cycling for a lot in my lifetime, and I just new to Nanaimo, and I ran into Tyler at Hub City Cycles and asked him what he was doing, and he said, well, let me come and have a look. Because I used to do similar stuff with kids in school, so I thought I could volunteer.
Okay, so very good. Well, Tyler, could you walk me through a typical session with Operation Generation? The kids come to the bike club on a, what is it, Wednesday?
Tuesday morning.
On Tuesday morning. So what happens on a typical Tuesday morning?
About 9:30 o'clock in the morning, I show up with Peter and Leo. We open the doors to the club, get the bikes ready, inspect the tools, things like that. About 10 o'clock, we get a crew of kids walking through the door. Sometimes it's like 10:15, sometimes it's 10:30, sometimes 10 kids walk through the door, sometimes 1. And we just work with them wherever they're at, whatever's going on for them, and we work with the teachers and staff there and work to build harmony within our club. The aim of the club is to repair bikes, and just recently we found out that we're actually able to give some of these bikes away to seniors in the community. There's going to be a sign-up process happening through the Rotary Club that's going to allow us to give some of these bikes away to seniors.
Oh, fantastic. So what are these kids learning? They're learning to, of course, repair bikes, and like I see that Operation Generation is kind of bringing back something that kind of got lost, the interaction between seniors and youth. Are the youth picking up things like, you know, your life experiences, your wisdom, opportunities of that kind? Do you find that, Leo? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course, there's lots of stories that come with that, and Peter and I are old hands at this, so we have lots of stories to tell. Other than also we're teaching kids life skills and, you know, how to solve problems and how things work in life and how things work with bicycles. So they discover things on how things work and can relate to other, you know, parts or other world experiences, you know, with parts and how to take them apart and how to put them back together. So a lot of skills other than motor skills, and you know, like, and stories come out. So they ask us, and we supply them with information and also with funny stories.
This is kind of the way it used to be, like in the old days, the elders and youth interacting, learning from each other.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a senior to be part of this club. It is mainly mature people that do this, but I've seen 15-year-olds working as mentors, you know, teaching seniors how to use Twitter. So it's a two-way street. So you know, like mentoring means that, you know, you have some ability and you want to make sure that others can also do that.
Very good. So if anybody wants to get involved with Operation Generation, how would they do that?
They would contact myself through our bike shop. I'm also an employee of Hub City Cycles Community Co-op, which is located downtown Nanaimo by the China Steps. Our email address is info@hubcitycycles.ca, and you can address it to me, or you can pop by the shop, or you could even come by the club, although it's easier to find the shop.
Well, that's great, guys. Wilson, thanks for being on the show, and it was really good talking to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lewis.
So I'd like to send it over to Joni and Alexis and the painting work.
Thanks very much, Lewis. It's great to have Lewis with us, and that was a great interview because I need to get on my bike more. But right now we're going to talk about refurbishing and refurnishing and repainting, and I'm here with Alexis. And tell me about your shop, actually. Yeah, I didn't even
It's a cute little boutique right on Craig Street in downtown Parksville. So I just opened up 4 months ago, and it's been going great. And it has like tons of different things. Like it's all my favorite things. I call it a collection because it's a collection of my favorite things.
I was going to ask you what it's called. Lockheart Collection.
Yeah, I mean I have
collection or collection.
Collection. Yeah, the Lockheart Collection. Yeah.
As opposed to collections.
Not collections. No, I'm not collecting bad money from people. No.
Right.
No. I have
Except
jewelry.
for your beautiful furniture.
Beautiful furniture. I'll collect your furniture from you. Yeah. No, I have jewelry, clothing, home decor. I have paint, and I also offer crafting classes on how to learn how to do this, and give you the confidence to go home and be able to take these courses and do them at home.
Well, it's amazing actually what you've been able to do just in the time since the last segment, because you've made a start here, and we are color coordinated, so that's great, and it's already starting to dry.
It's already starting to dry, and you'll see that there's no smell to it. Like if this was a latex paint out here, this would be fuming out. You'd probably be passing out from the fumes from it.
I would.
But because of the chalk and clay base in it, it's completely non-toxic. There's no VOCs, which is volatile organic compounds, which are really nasty stuff. And so you can see, because of the chalk and the clay in it, that it's drying so fast. And that's what I love about CC Caldwell paints, is that I'm an impatient painter, an impatient person. I want my projects done, and I want them done fast. So I can do a project like this, one coat, go back to its second coat, and my project would be done within a day. So
and
awesome.
It doesn't seem to matter how you apply it, because I saw that you went around the edges and you kind of went different ways.
There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, everybody is unique and different. I like to just start on the edges. It depends on the type of look. Like if I'm doing a shabby chic look, I'm going to go on it and definitely do some crisscrossing back and forth. But if I want to have it nice and smooth, you kind of want to just go one direction.
Right.
But it's all personal preference, and the fun thing about it too is that it is water soluble until the point that we wax it to protect it. So if I don't like this, I can just wipe it off with a wet rag, which is great.
Cool. That's a really great aspect of it. So you don't have to worry about it. It's for people that are, well, for one thing, we're working with things that are, as we said, some of them are found by the side of the road. So it's not like we've made a huge investment anyway.
No,
so
and I mean, even with pieces that aren't real wood, I mean, you can take that ugly 70s picture wood and it will bond to that. You can take IKEA stuff and make it pretty. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. That's an amazing thing right there.
That is. And so you had it on glass, and so you can put it on anything, but this is wood, and you've been able to actually get quite a bit done.
Yeah.
So you
can see that it's drying a lot lighter, so you can see how fast that it's actually drying.
Right. Yeah, I noticed over here it's a lot lighter.
With it,
Okay. And so what we're going to actually be doing is a couple more segments where you're going to show us
how to distress it to achieve that kind of shabby chic look that's really in right now, that you want to have that kind of distressed look. And so we're going to do some distressing next.
I think distressing is the best
very
part.
Fun.
It's most fun. I'm distressing. Actually, the way that this is working is actually really simple, and I think that most people would feel like they could be confident. But you do have classes, so that adds to
even make you feel even more confident.
Okay, so you just have to bring your imagination to the class.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to let you continue to do this, and then we're going to go and work on another project that you brought with you.
A finished one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're going to go and we're going to have another song. Oh, it's actually a video. It's Marty McFly. We're gonna watch Marty McFly, and it's not what you think. Okay.
Play the victim, but I'm the villain in your expired flame. If I'm howling at your window, you simply draw your shades. Oh, I want to be Marty McFly. You know that I'd find out where we went wrong, place a date into the dashboard of the DeLorean. There's a photo of us laughing at a three-word phrase. Looking closer, my arms around you, babe. Well, they slowly fade. Oh, I want to be Marty McFly. Fly. Well, if I could, you know that I'd find out where we went wrong. Place a date into the dashboard of the DeLorean. Oh, I want to be Marty McFly.
And so I says to the guy, who the heck would draft Joffrey Lupul in the hockey pool? Oh, hey, we're back. You're watching the show on Shaw TV, and that right there was Myc Sharratt, also right beside me, with his recently released video for Marty McFly. Mike, wicked video. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
Thanks. I just kind of wanted to avoid the Back to the Future copyrights, and so I had a concept of a backwards video, and took my idea to Raymond Knight, and he kind of fidgeted with it a little bit and turned it into something really I'm proud of anyways. Awesome. Obviously you just saw it there on the screen, but where else can folks see the video? Do you have it online? Do have it online at youtube.com/Myc Sharratt. Beautiful. All right, great stuff. Again, we'll be back with more information from Mike, an interview with Matthew Hoffman later on this hour. Mike, thanks again for being here. And as you mentioned there, the video directed by Raymond Knight, filmmaker, also just another music video for the Banana Fish Dance Orchestra, another local band, which was actually accepted and screened at the recent Vancouver Island Short Film Festival to some great response there. So again, just a great combination of music talent, video talent, all here in central Vancouver Island. Great stuff there. All right, so again, Mike will be back in about 10 minutes with an interview with Matthew, and we'll get a couple more tunes as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you know, or remind you, we're listening to the show right here on Shaw TV. And one of the things we want to tell you about is actually about this calendar. Charlotte will show you right there. And we've got a beautiful calendar with some beautiful, beautiful old cars in there. And basically, that's from our show here called Calendar Cars. Ray LaPlante puts that together along with Derek Johnstone. And it's a collection of these old vehicles, and we are selling them for a charity. All proceeds from the calendar go toward the Child Development Center. Great stuff. We've actually already raised over $1,000, so thank you to everyone who's purchased a calendar so far. And you can actually get these now for a discount price of only $5, available at the front desk here at Shaw and Boban Drive, or as well at Bernard Calabo Chocolate. That's a Country Club Center. Again, only $5, and pick up a couple nice chocolates for, I guess, post-Valentine's Day as well. So again, thanks to the good folks there with the Calendar Cars helping out the Nanaimo Child Development Center. All right, so far on today's show, we've learned about a number of important programs, a number through the Nanaimo Family Life Association, as well as the Operation Generation program that pairs seniors and youth together with learning opportunities. In this case, we talked about a program involving bicycles. That's also done through the Island Integrated Counselling Society, so big shout out to them as well. We've also had a couple of discussions and demonstrations regarding furniture and refurbishing. That's courtesy of Joni, as well as Alexis from Lockheart Collections. We've got a couple more demonstrations for them coming up later on this hour, so make sure to stick around for that. But as for right now, we're going to tune our thoughts toward recreation. Of course, we're very blessed in this part of the world to have tons of recreation opportunities, both indoors and out. And to let us know about some of those opportunities coming up here over the springtime into the summer, Brian, who's our resident recreation efforts, got some information for us. Let's send it over to you. Brian, what do you got to say?
Thanks, Matt. I have with me here today Damon Johnson, who is a recreation coordinator with Nanaimo Parks, Recreation and Environment. So Damon, tell me, that's a new name, new department. What's going on?
Yeah, no, we're the same. We're the same department. We just have a bit of a new look since the creation of the new City Cultural Department and the addition of the Environment Department to the Parks Recreation Department. We are now Parks Recreation and Environment. So a little bit of a new name, but still same great programs, services, facilities, parks, trails, as we've always been blessed to have here in Nanaimo. So yeah, bit of a new name, but same good stuff.
So I'm glad people will be glad to know that the activity guide hasn't changed. And the next one comes out for spring and summer. Yeah. And that comes out when?
Absolutely. So the activity guide is coming out and will be available to residents. Here's a bit of a sneak peek at the beautiful cover. Pink is the new color that we're going with this year. Really excited about the pink. Nanaimo residents love their parks, recreation, and environment. They really do, and that's seen in our numbers. It's coming out March 1st, and registration opens March 5th. So really excited about what we've got. We truly have a place for everybody in our programs and services, and really looking forward to seeing everybody in our buildings, out in our parks and trails, and just enjoying what we have to offer as a community and as a department.
Well, I know some of those programs are in high demand, and those that are, I know members of my family who stay up till midnight on the 4th to get in online and register on the 5th to get those spots.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Mother Goose is always a popular one. I mean, it's got numbers going through the roof. Obviously, a lot of our summer camps and programs and things like that. Our fitness and yoga programs, they're really hot. So certainly, folks, don't wait. If you want to stay up till 12, go ahead and do that. I don't think you have to do that. I think we've got a lot of spaces. We should be able to accommodate as many people as we can. And please come out, enjoy a program, try something new, take a music class, and just, learn something new and try something different.
And these programs happen more than just what people expect at Bevan Park and at Oliver Woods, which are the two better populated sites and facilities. But you have programs in the South End at some facilities that you operate.
Yeah, absolutely. As recreation coordinator team, we really want to make sure that we're spreading the programs and services throughout the community and really trying to make sure that we're providing accessible programs to all residents of the community. So there's programs at the Harewood Activity Center, the Nanaimo Aquatic Center, of course, the Nanaimo Ice Center, Oliver Woods, Bevan, Bowen, and then really, we want to encourage people also to look to our parks and trails as well. I mean, Nanaimo has beautiful parks and trails. We want to encourage people to get out there in the spring and summertime and enjoy themselves, spend some time with the family, go for a walk, go for a hike, spend a day beach combing, just, get out there and really try and be active and, work towards living that healthy lifestyle.
So check through that activity guide cover to cover and you'll see a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Something that was in your winter guide and that you're coming here to talk about is spring break's coming up on us pretty quickly, March 17th to 21st, I take it.
Absolutely.
Those who have kids in school are going to be looking for something to do with those kids.
Yeah.
And you have a special brochure you're promoting right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So parents, please look for this flyer. It's coming out next week, February 17th. Please check your kids' backpacks. It will be in there. We have programs for all kids, sports programs, pottery programs. We've got a mountain ski program, junior LIT program for youth looking to expand their leadership skills and grow that. And the arenas, of course, and the pools will be open. So yeah, get out there over spring break. It's an opportunity to play together and have some fun together. And also lots of opportunities with sports and those kinds of activities as well.
And if you don't get these paper copies, you can go online and look at nanaimo.ca for all of the programs under Parks, Recreation, and Environment, I should say now, and the special events that happen through the spring and summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, if you're not able to get a hard copy, all of them are available on our website. We make sure that all of our publications are posted on the website so that everybody can access them really easily and have a browse and see what we have to offer. We truly have a place for everybody in our programs and services, and again, encourage everybody to come out and enjoy themselves.
So if you do have a computer, look online or call the general number, which is
250-756-5200.
Good. Thanks, Damon. Let's head back over to Joni, who's doing some redecorating.
I am doing some redecorating. I'm actually going to be doing some redecorating, but I'm really happy to hear about spring and summer. That was the best part of that interview. Just hearing those words, I like that, because we just didn't have spring and summer last week, did we? No. But we can have a little spring in our own house. How's that for a segue?
A pop of color.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
So we have a chair here. It's miraculously finished.
Yeah,
well,
I was very fast painting it.
You brought that in, and so you're going to put me to work now. What are you going to make me do?
Well, I'm going to show you that once you've painted your 2 coats, like we just did with the previous product, and once it's dry, we can start distressing it really easily with a wet rag. So we've pre-wetted your rag. Right. So you can just start, just water. I don't use a sanding block very much because I find it distresses almost too much. So I can put just a little bit of pressure, and you can have at her. This is the part where the artistic merit comes out.
Oh dear, this is a test. Okay. Well, you've already started doing this, so I guess we don't want to distress it too much.
I'm always really crazy with my distressing. I love the weathered look. I love the distressing, but it's all personal preference.
Normally we wouldn't have it up at eye level here, so I'm just going to do the things that are obvious to me.
Yep. Where you would have the normal wear and tear.
Right.
So you can see how easy it's coming off perfectly. I mean, it's a water-based paint, and so you can do any area where you might get a little bit of rubbing with it.
I'm imagining somebody might have been sitting on
there.
Here. Yeah. Right. So we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about how you got into this.
Well, I am a mom of 3 kids, and so while I was being a stay-at-home mom, I was always trying to figure something to engage my creative side, and so I started crafting and doing little things for my girls, making hair pieces and stuff like that. But I always was really into it. I was previously, before I had kids, I was an interior designer, so I had to go back to my creative roots, and so I was always garage selling and picking, and I found that, why not give this pieces a new life in my house by adding a little slap of color on top of it.
Well, that's a great way to use your design background and to do this. So you have a shop, and your kids are old enough that they're going to school now, I guess.
Well, 2 of my eldest are going to school. They're in grade 2 and grade 1, but my little 4-year-olds, people that come visit me, they'll see her in the back sometimes.
I had a business like that too. Yeah. They get used to it, don't they?
They do. My 4-year-old, as soon as people come in the store, she's like, hello, how are you? And she's my greeter.
Shows people. Does she do this too?
I won't let her do that yet. Oh. No, that would be very messy.
You're letting me do it.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I think that I'm about a 4-year-old level when when it comes to stuff like this.
No.
But again, as long as they match.
Yeah, you're matching, and it's totally, it washes out of your clothes, so you don't have to worry.
This is so easy because I thought it would come off real easily, but it comes off just right.
The perfect amount.
Yeah,
so you can add a little bit of pressure just to add a little bit of color with the wood underneath. And so the funny thing that we teach too is that you can do 2 different colors. Say if I wanted to do this crazy gorgeous coral that is the newest color of the season, so I could have put that on top of this blue, and then I could just stress it back so I can see the blue.
Oh, right.
So you would have a 2 color. Yeah, exactly.
Nice idea. Wow, there you go. See, again, if I can do this, I think anybody can. And it's actually looking really good.
Yeah.
It's quite
giving it a really nice depth to it.
What I like is that it's not toxic, because I have such a hard time with anything that is stinky.
Yeah. I have asthma, so for me to be able to do this, great.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, we're going to just continue doing this, and we're going to finish.
We're going to apply the wax,
because it's nothing if we don't have the wax.
No, we got to protect it.
Okay, so we're going to go back over to Matthew, who's going to be talking to Mike, actually, and so we're going to hand it over to Matthew Hoffman.
A singer, songwriter, guitarist in the tradition of Dave Matthews and Bruce Springsteen, Myc Sharratt writes songs that draw from the heart of the working man, the dreamer. Winner of a Male Vocalist of the Year, a 6-time nominee of the Vancouver Urban Film Music Awards, Sharratt is currently recording his 4th independent release, The Cellar Door. Can you tell us more about your upcoming album?
Yeah, thanks for having me, first of all. Cellar Door, it's an album that I'm working on right now. I'm recording it in Ladysmith, actually not Ladysmith, the other way, down south, with Todd Dunsmore in Lanceville.
Awesome.
And I did the first 3 songs in Ireland with Gavin Glass, and 1 song, Marty McFly, with Ryan Stewart. That kind of covers where I recorded it, but the album for me is really a tribute to my childhood, and more importantly, my parents and my sister. I lost my dad when I was 16, and recently back in this last August, I lost my mother. So it's a pretty personal album as far as the songwriting goes, but hopefully I've written it hidden enough that it's still universal.
That's awesome. I know that's very personal, right? And that is awesome that you're here. But I see that you've traveled to many different places all across Canada, the United States, and as well Ireland. Can you tell us what inspires you to travel? Sure. I mean, my music is. I've been very fortunate to be able to play music across the States and across Ireland. It's really interesting to see how different cities and different towns react to music. It's very cultural, and it's really cool to see how they approach it. Like in the States, they kind of separate it. So like here, you have to battle for your audience. You'll play in the pub, and you kind of pedal to the metal, and you try and earn your audience. In the States, they have listening rooms. And I mean, in Ireland, they're on board from the word go, which is awesome. It's the most fun, I think. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And do you have like a favorite performance or a song that you've done? Still working on it. Yeah. Yeah, it'll come soon, I hope. Yeah. One day, right? It's always looking forward, right? Yeah. No, I hear you. That's good. Any suggestions for any upcoming people, any upcoming artists? It's a grind. I've been at it for. I guess 10 years now. This is my 4th record, so just make a promise to yourself, just give yourself kind of the ground test to see if you're really interested in it, and that you can deal with all the pitfalls that are going to happen. There's no way of avoiding them, and if you're able to do that, then more power to you, and keep trucking, I guess. That's awesome. And do you have any upcoming shows, anything that you'd like to announce? Yeah, I'm playing February 20th at the Landlubber. I would like to mention, actually, Marty McFly, all the proceeds from the sales of the single, they go to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Oh, awesome. So if you check out iTunes and type in Myc Sharratt or Marty McFly, that'll pop up, and 100% of those proceeds go straight to the foundation, which I think is pretty cool. Back to the February 20th thing, I'm playing at the Landlubber. Andrew Roberts from Got Pop is putting that on, so that'll be fun. I've never played there before. Yeah. I don't think they have music there very often, so that'll be a good time. Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you. I do want to thank you for coming to the show once again, and we'll see you soon at the Landlubber. Once again, here's another show. Is the Landlubber or Longwood? It is the Longwood. Beautiful. Hey. Awesome. Thank you. I was thinking of the other Andrew. There you go, Andrew. Free advertisement for you. Sorry, everyone at the Longwood. It's really a good place. Here is Analog. Analog Heart. Analog Embarrassed Heart at this point. When you feel alone, you don't fiddle with the phone. 1,000 friends trying to call. There's 1,000 ways in this digital age, but you've always had an analog heart. Also, when you're in love or the furthest thing from, it's alright to feel okay. You don't live your life on the run. All deal with the flaws of God. And you, my friend, well, you're blessed. You're blessed with an analog heart. Well, they live in your screen, faking scene by scene, getting drunk off the poets of your past. And the angel on your shoulder could see the devil's getting closer, but you've always had an analog heart. Also, when you're alone or the furthest thing from, it's alright to feel the pain. Don't live your life on the run. We all deal with the flaws of God. And you, my friend,
and here I am over here again with Alexis, and we are finishing up this project that she actually started off, brought into the studio. We did a little bit of distressing, and now you've done a little bit of waxing.
A little bit of waxing. So we need to seal the paint. It's a porous paint, so if we didn't seal it, it would keep coming off. You'd get your finger marks and grease marks all over it. So there's different finishes that we use. Waxing is one of the nice ones that I use that's for light use. It's got beeswax in it, linseed oil,
it smells really good.
It smells good.
It smells like you could eat it.
Exactly. I mean, and it conditions my nails and my cuticles. And it's just, you use a wax brush, a rag, and then you just apply it to your paint. Right. And so you can see that it deepens it.
Deepens the color.
Deepens the color, and it protects it. And so we apply the wax, and then we take off any excess, rub it off, and then after that we buff it. And so that's when you get your elbow grease in, and you work up a sweat is definitely by rubbing it really hard to get that really nice dull sheen, so it feels like butter. This one that we just buffed has a nice little sheen.
Yeah, it's really nice the way that it, and you were working on this while while Mike was over there singing, and so we were able to get some of this done. But you could probably buff it up as much as you want, or
as much
again,
as you
it's
want,
just to everybody's own taste.
Each his own,
Yeah, and I was also thinking that you could probably just keep it as it is if it's not going to be used, if it's not going to be sat on, like if it's on the wall or something like that. So we were talking too about some of your clients, and what's the most difficult thing that you've actually done?
The one I just finished it. And it turned out beautifully, was these 2 cedar Adirondack chairs. So they were raw cedar, and so raw cedar, if it's left painted on top, the natural tannins in it come up, and so I had to seal it twice, and then all the little nooks and grooves and crannies in it, it took forever, literally took forever to get in.
Well, I can imagine, because cedar.
But it turned out gorgeous, but it was literally, I didn't expect it to take as long as it did.
How long did it take?
It took me about 4 days to finish just 2 chairs.
Wow. So that was a client that brought those in, or were you just?
Yeah, it was a custom job, because she was like, I don't want to do this.
I'll let you do this.
I'll let you do it.
I'll let you take 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. So some people bring things in, and some people come to your classes.
Some people come to the classes, and all the classes are listed on my website. And I have like a beginner's class, and I also have a really fun one that you bring your own piece of furniture. So something like a chair you could bring to my classes, and during the class we will finish it.
So I could just offload my bed or something.
No. You gotta be able to carry it.
Oh,
something that you can carry.
Fair. Okay, so we take that out to your studio that's in Parksville, and we come home with this amazing thing.
Amazing, beautiful piece.
Is it completely done in the time that you
completely
are allotted?
done? Yeah. That's why it's something that you can carry.
Cool. Yeah. So and you've got the paint there, you've got all the different supplies, so people should come with an idea of what they want in terms of the colors.
The colors, and I'm definitely, I love helping pick out colors and talking about what's in their house, so I definitely love helping out choosing colors with people.
Because you're a designer. Yeah. And so this is I think it's great that you could be a mom, and you could have all of these different things happening in your life, and you can actually be doing the thing that you love to do as well.
Yeah. I feel really lucky just to be, I'm doing what I love, and I'm getting paid to do it. So that in itself is a dream come true.
That's really great. And so tell me again about what your website is. It's going to come up on the screen as well. But tell
it's lockhartcollection.ca, and on my website I have links to all the information about the paint, how-tos, and also we have my classes, workshops on there, and I also have a Facebook page as well. That's really active. I post photos all the time on upcoming workshops that I have as well.
Perfect. Oh, great. And people can maybe post their own photos out there.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, I'm so glad that we actually got to finish this whole thing. Uh-oh, here comes Matt. Matt, come here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we want to smell that. It's amazing.
Completely
it's amazing.
Look at this. Look at my nose. Charlotte, can you see this? Look.
You can refurbish anything.
This would be like the football thing, maybe, or refurbish Matt. Yeah, that's probably good. I could actually use a lot of help.
That's great. Yeah, that goes perfectly with your outfit.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go with my first thought. That was an ice cream cone.
I just wanted you to see how incredibly non-toxic it is.
Yeah, no smell.
Exactly. All right. Well, if I show up again for the next show with no scars on my face, I really appreciate it. So, but anyways, Tony, thanks so much for holding this together. Again, 4 segments over the course of the show. Awesome stuff. Alexis, thank you so much for being here. It's really, really appreciated. And again, I know with a lot of sort of like, you know, like cheap furniture stores and the newer stuff right there, it's just stuff's not going to last. This way is to get a lot of, we've seen today, great furniture, furbish up, make it look fresh
make it
and
look
modern.
Awesome. Yeah, modern. I mean, this is like the perfect pop of color that you can add.
And show hosts.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And also dress up your show hosts as well. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you so much for being here.
Okay.
Again, just absolutely proving you can find great furniture in all sorts of places, like my friends Chester's Field, you know, sort of right in between the potato sacks and the bean bags. And you know, again, if you know how to refurbish, you can turn your bunk bed into a thing of beauty. So again, I think really what the government should do is offer a bit of a tax credit for those folks who purchase refurbished furniture. Something like that could be tabled in Parliament. Actually, in a minute here, we're going to get back to my friend Mike. You've heard him play the guitar really well. I guess you could say he's sort of the rocking chair of the board of directors. He's definitely not a stool pigeon. And oh, by the way, I found out his favorite sandwich. It's a hammock rye. Hammock rye. Seriously, he goes through futons of rye bread every year. All right, so I auto man up and tell better jokes, but I guess we'll just have to tough it out. And you know, I've survived all attempts for them to fire me so far. All right. Well, Todd's getting really angry over there, so now it's time to wrap up. I want to send a big thank you out to all the volunteers, staff behind the camera, front of the scenes as well. Yeah, you can actually find photos and videos of the show on our Facebook page and also a bit of paint. Facebook.com/The Show on Shaw, as well as the Shaw TV Central Vancouver on YouTube page. And also, if you have some great story ideas or you want to be featured on the show, send an email out to our producer, Melissa Hall. Her address is melissa.hall@sjrb.ca. Again, melissa.hall@sjrb.ca. Now we're going to send it off with one more song from my man Myc Sharratt over there. This one's called Reckless Dress, not to be confused with the song Out of Control Pants, which is Todd Jones' theme song. So all right, back over to Mike. You were watching the show right here on Shaw TV.
Took the long way to Vegas. Took 7 years from the Pacific Northwest. Though it pains me to say it, well, I should have let you drive. Maybe I'm gonna build a home, 'cause I know you'll have one of your own. But I just don't stand a chance forgetting you, dancing in your reckless dress. Remember that time we flew to Spain? You weren't too shy of those tan lines, babe. Just dancing in your reckless dress. Maybe I'll find a home. Well, you're building your own. But I just don't stand a chance forgetting you, dancing in your reckless dress, dancing in your reckless dress.